Hey everyone, this is Ryan Smith with Packers XL, and this is
J.R. Smith.
We're so excited to come to you today to talk Packers football. Let's just face it, 2017 was a disaster. Aaron gets hurt, we go in the tank, and it was painful. But the good news is that on July 27th in Green Bay, Wisconsin, the Green Bay Packers will take the field for the first time in 2018, and we get to forget 2017 and look to the future. And my prediction is that we will be in Super Bowl 53 February 3rd, 2019. But first of all, we'd like to talk about 5 things that we think you should be looking at in Packers training camp this year. Number 1, we have a new defensive coordinator, people, and let's just say you should be excited. Dom Capers is out. Mike Pettin is in. And here's what I think we should be excited about. Mike Pettin, in my opinion, will hold the defensive unit accountable for their actions. And let's agree that in the past couple years, Dom Capers didn't hold the defensive unit accountable, and we saw what that looked like on the field. But Mike Pettin's a different character. He's going to be on the field. He's going to be getting in the grills of these defensive players, and he's going to make sure that they're out there representing the green and gold like they should be. The next thing we're going to talk about are the running backs. Now, we've got 3 running backs. We've got Jamal Williams, we've got Aaron Jones, and we've got Ty Montgomery. Jacob, who's going to shine?
The way I foresee it, it's going to be more of a running by committee, but if there is one guy who I think would really step up this year, it has to be Aaron Jones. His explosive running style mixed with his ball carrier vision makes him the best running back on our roster and maybe even one of the best in the NFC.
Boom. I have to agree with that. Aaron Jones was so electric last year. Let's not forget Jamal Williams. He's a different kind of runner. He's more of the ground and pound, where Aaron Jones is more of the lightning. Do you agree with that, Jacob?
For sure.
Boom. And then here's what we're going to do. In my opinion, Ty Montgomery, let's put him in the slot. Let's let Jamal Williams, Aaron Jones duke it out for running back. Let's put Ty back at the slot now that we have 2 solid running backs, and let him be that mismatch on linebackers and safeties out of the slot. Now, the third thing we're going to talk about is my breakout player of the year for the Green Bay Packers 2018. And that's someone who's not getting a lot of publicity. I'm watching Twitter, I'm watching fan pages, and this guy's flying under the radar, but I'm going to reveal him to you today. Vince Beagle. That's right. Wisconsin's own Vince Beagle. Now, at the beginning of last year, he was a rookie. He got injured. He came in late in the season. He didn't make a big splash. But this year, I'm predicting that Vince Beagle, with an entire year under his belt, being in the classroom, and now being able to physically perform at the top of his ability, I believe that he will show the motor. If you remember in the draft last year that they talked about this guy's motor, I believe that he will show the motor, the excitement, the exuberance, and really the physical ability to be a playmaker and a game changer on defense. Now, we're going to talk about, number 12. And I'm going to let Jacob take it over. Jacob, last year, Anthony Barr drives Aaron to the ground. Obvious. Should have been a penalty, but it wasn't. Aaron's done for the year. We go in the tank. But he comes back. We have the opportunity. Aaron's back under center against the Carolina Panthers. But 3 interceptions. And here's the thing. Those guys were open, weren't they?
Oh, they were.
And the old Aaron, before the collarbone injury, would have made those throws, wouldn't he?
He would have.
But he didn't. So here's the big question. Jacob, you're going to answer this for us. Is the real Aaron Rodgers going to be here in training camp, or is he going to still have lingering effects from the collarbone injury?
I think that the real Aaron is going to be back this season. I think that it was wise for him to get his surgery. He should be back to 100%. I expect him this year to have an MVP caliber season, throwing for over 4,500 yards, 40 touchdowns, and throwing less than 10 interceptions. We're going to see the Aaron Rodgers of old in 2018.
Awesome. Here's a question, though, too, Jacob. What about the wide receivers? Hey, Jordy. My other jersey is Jordy Nelson, number 87, hanging in the closet. Jordy's not here. We did sign Jimmy Graham, Is he enough, Jacob? Is Jimmy Graham enough to supplement the loss of Jordy Nelson?
No one will ever truly replace Jordy Nelson in his production, but Jimmy Graham will do a pretty good job. His presence in the red zone is unbelievable and almost as good as Jordy's.
Is Devontae ready to be a number one? Will Randall step up? Who do you think's the number one target when Aaron rolls back and looks for the wide receiver?
Well, I think last year when Brett Hundley was under center, Devontae Adams proved to be the number one receiver. When Brett Hundley needed someone to throw it to, Devontae was open every single time. And I think he'll be able to repeat that production this year.
All right. Well, thank you for that insight, Jacob. And last but not least, no pun intended, we're going to talk about least to beast. That's right. Which player last year played subpar, but this year will be a beast on the field. And I'm going to have to go with my main man right here, Clinton Dix. I've loved ever since we drafted him in 2014. He is a human highlight reel. I would not want to be a running back coming through the hole when Clinton Dix is going downhill. I would be terribly afraid to be hit by that man personally. But last year, let's face it, he wasn't the same He wasn't hitting people as hard as he had in the past. In fact, there's a lot of tape out there that it kind of alludes to the fact that in some games, might have given up. And that's really sad. But I heard even make a comment that last year wasn't the type of year he wants to put on tape. And I expect that will be the Packers XL 2018 least to beast. I think we will see the old Clinton Dix, the reckless Clinton Dix. He's going to put a hurting on some dudes coming through that hole, and we're going to be jumping out of our couches excited when we see lay some of those awesome tackles and hits on those running backs and wide receivers. And with that, we're going to just have a few final thoughts. Here's my final thought for the beginning of training camp. I'm excited, as you can tell. I think we have all the pieces of the puzzle. We have Aaron back, we have running backs, we have solid wide receivers. We've addressed some of the issues in the cornerback position. We've got a young, thriving group of linebackers, and we've improved with Muhammad Wilkerson that already stellar defensive line. So Jacob's predicted 12-4. I always predict 16-0. That's just who I am. But hopefully they fall somewhere in between there, and we're on our way to the Super Bowl in 2018. With that, we'll sign it off. Enjoy the 2018-2019 Green Bay Packers season, and check back as we will be having these videos every single week throughout the season.